Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels will not be placed on injured reserve, and his elbow will not need surgery. Suffered the injury Sunday night against the Seahawks, dislocated his elbow, but the NFL Network says that test came back and revealed that there were no significant injuries, and he did not suffer any ligament tears. Commanders have a bye in Week 12. They have the Lions this week in Week 10, and then in Week 11, travel to Spain to face the Dolphins. It's during their bye week in Week 12 that the NFL Network says Daniels will be evaluated to see if he can return to action. Colts defensive lineman DeForest Buckner was placed on injured reserve today with his neck injury. He did not make the trip to Germany as they get set to face the Atlanta Falcons. Seahawks wide receiver Cooper Kupp questionable to face the Cardinals coming up on Sunday, while Jaguars wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. out against the Texans. Ramondre Stevenson out for the Patriots against the Bucs. James Cook starts for the Bills.
Hey, it's Friday already.
Friday. I'm not too cool for a Friday chick.
It is Friday.
My theory
Friday. Hi, Sam.
it's not a conspiracy. I'm not wearing a tinfoil hat. After 2020, we've been on fast forward.
Yeah.
It's Friday already. Week 10 has begun. Life's a flying. Am I right, Jay Stu? Jay Stu loves when people say, time's flying. Am I
He's already
right?
gone. He left.
I know.
He left
Look,
the building.
even he's flying out of here.
Today's Friday.
Covino and Rich broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio.
Yeah.
Week 10 off to a weak start, but we have lots to get to. We're going to have a fun show right here on Fox Sports Radio. Let's rock out.
Now, on today's show, we're going to play a game. Brainwave. We're going to do weekend hobnobbing, but we got to kick the show off right away. Let's get right into it, Covino. Sean Payton owes us an apology today. Yesterday, we were apologizing to Sean Payton. F that. He owes us an apology for that snooze fest known as Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, but I want him to mean it. I don't want any forced, lame public apology that we see all the time. I don't want like a weak AI scripted, tweeted apology. I want a sincere kiss my ass apology.
I don't want a Love is Blind apology where you're saying it just because you're on stage like, I'm sorry for gaslighting you.
I don't want to.
Sorry.
I don't want to look back into the eyes of Sean Payton and say, you don't even know what you're sorry for.
I just feel like yesterday we talked about Sean Payton and how we were so quick just 2 years ago to be like, this Denver thing's not working out. Get him out of here. And then fast forward a couple years, this team's 8-2 now. But after last night, I think you owe us an apology for wasting 3 hours of our life.
Yeah, it was just a boring game. Was it on Sean Payton, though, or Bo Nix playing like Cheeks? Because the narrative is quickly changing on Bo Nix, and the stats are showing it. He's playing kind of weak. Is Bo Nix Cheeks? You heard Colin Cowherd just in that recent promo. He was dumping on your boy, Geno Smith. And, of course, early this morning, Bo Nix, he was saying, if you're the Broncos, you got to start thinking about maybe drafting another quarterback.
Whoa.
Because he's moving backwards. He's not progressing the way people thought he would and the way he should at this point in the season. So, and then there's the theory of like, hey, it's like a stock, Rich. You could always go up, but you're going to hit plateaus at some point. You know what I mean?
I'm a crypto guy. Bitcoin, it hits a plateau.
As long as your trajectory is still up.
It's like the stock market or crypto or anything. Like, as long as over the long term you're going up the staircase.
And that's what Bo Nix has to do. But he, obviously hit a few roadblocks, because the Raiders' defense is so stellar, Danny G.
Vaunted defense. I told Rich it was not going to be 27-10. I didn't think, like I told you on the air yesterday, I didn't think the Raiders were going to win, but I did think it would be a closer game than what you predicted, Rich, just because it was in division and they have a long history, a rivalry, and they battle really tough every time they face each other.
Dude. And the stat that everybody's talking about, even Big Mike was saying it the first moment I walked in today.
Who?
Mike, who runs this place, more penalties than first downs or points yesterday. Again, the Broncos win 10-7 in a snoozer for your Thursday night football.
From the jump, the refs were too involved in that game.
Well, I said, does anyone try to angle this as a defensive battle? And Big Mike, who again runs this place, the guy is knowledgeable.
Never heard of him.
He goes, more like offensive ineptitude.
It was offensive to watch.
There you go. That's Sam, everybody. We got Danny G on the phones, 877-99 on Fox. Dan Byer with your updates. He's hanging out. Spots on the videos. We're streaming live. We got a live chat going. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. The memes weren't very kind either. Breaking, the NFL has decided to hand both the Broncos and the Raiders a loss for their performance on Thursday Night Football. The Broncos dropped to 7-3. The Raiders moved to 2-7 because neither team looked like they wanted it.
Yeah.
Both teams playing flat. It wasn't a defensive battle. It was just a boring, badly played game. And we'll take your thoughts on it.
Well,
Bo Nix, again, did he just have a bad week or is he just not getting better? That's the question in itself. And if you saw the press conference, I thought he handled the press well at the end because he was getting booed at home.
And that's where I want to go next. So listen to Bo Nix. He addresses the whole home crowd not really having his back. Take a listen.
What did you think about some of their reaction, the boos and that kind of thing?
Well, I've been booed before and I'll be booed again, so not going to be the last time. It's obviously unfortunate. You don't want your own fans booing you, but, it's part of it.
You boo a team that's terrible. If you're booing an 8-2 team, it's an interesting thought, right? I mean, I get it. It was a boring game. You spend your hard-earned money.
Here's the major and noticeable criticism. The Broncos have a stellar offensive line. They're giving this dude plenty of time to make a play, and he's not making any plays. And if you watch, it's visually obvious. They're sitting here keeping him protected for so long. Nothing's happening.
Patty cake.
The Raiders did rush for a lot of the night, and so they were dropping back, and their coverage was pretty decent last night.
But he's going to get that criticism, right?
And he's going to obviously face better defenses.
There's high expectations for this guy, and I do commend him on handling it the way he did, especially me, because I'm just a guy that's not good with criticism. I admit that. I got criticism from my other gig today, and I wanted to tell the dude to kiss my ass.
Did you?
So, no, I sent him back a little bit of a snippy email that I'm sort of regretting.
How do you do?
Yeah. Not necessarily a nasty gram, Rich, but I did give him a piece of my mind because I'm not good with criticism. So he's getting booed from the hometown fans. He handled it well. It can't feel good, so I give him props for at least dealing with it.
I have a thought on the booing, but more from Bo Nix.
Got to do better.
Yeah.
At some point, 10 points ain't going to be enough. We got to score more. We just have a tough and resilient football team. We find ways to win. Usually right now it's the defense leading the charge. They just continue to get us the ball back. A bunch of sacks tonight, a few that were in field goal range that knocked them out. And you'll win a lot of games with the defense playing like that. And then tonight we had a little spark with some special teams plays. And then, we just, at some point, we got to start moving the football and scoring points.
I feel bad saying this because Danny G's such a super Raiders fan. But I think sometimes your foot's not on the pedal as hard when you play down to your competition. In the back of their mind, they're thinking, these are the Raiders. We got this. Even though Danny G made it clear divisional games are always tougher and they're going to play tough, I think great teams bring out greatness. Great opponents bring out great performances. You see it in fighting. You see it in all sports. The Blue Jays pushed the Dodgers for a greater series. This just led for a boring game because the Broncos really didn't have to do much to win.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but I'll also say this, and this is from watching every Raider game this season so far. Mm-hmm. This Pete Carroll team is not as bad as 2-7. Now they're still under 500, but they've had a couple of close games that they lost at the end.
The Bears game,
fourth quarter,
should have won that game.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that last show.
They could have won that Jags game with a 2-point conversion. They aren't good, but they're not horrendous. They're not the worst team in the league. So that was another reason, Rich, yesterday I thought the game would be a little bit closer because everybody piles on and jumps on. We saw what the offense was when it had Brock Bowers, even though
Did he show up last night? Did he know there was a game or no?
He did. Geno Smith was not able to get him the ball.
Dude, I feel bad watching how bad Geno Smith is playing. How many picks he's throwing.
It's been a tough season, and now you gotta
them picking him off the ground. He's like,
you gotta look at that O-line.
Peeled him off the ground.
Yeah, they were peeling him off. Like he looks like he's struggling just to get up.
The O-line wasn't in Vegas. The O-line wasn't good to begin with, but then when you lose Colton Miller at the beginning of the season to injury, he's their best O-lineman, and JPJ went out with the hurt ankle, and they already had 3 fill-ins on the O-line. Once JPJ went out of the game with that bad ankle, I was like, oh, this is horrible for Genty, and I don't think the Raiders are going to get back in the end zone.
That's the other criticism. If you watch the game and if you just scroll through social media the way I do, Genty, what is he averaging, like 2 yards a carry? He's not moving the ball the way they thought he would.
That O-line gets no push, and so
or is
Genty.
It just his lack of size and power in the NFL?
No, I don't think that's it. Genty, when he gets a little bit of daylight, he can break these runs, and he's a tough runner. He still leads the lead in most broken tackles right now for a running back. But look at when your O-line is getting no push. You saw Geno try to get that ball in. I think it was 3rd and 1, and Geno didn't even make an inch. And that's been the story of their season so far.
I wish everyone was as optimistic as you are about
that
team.
sounded optimistic. I hate watching that O-line and that quarterback.
Dan Byer, is there a more optimistic guy that bleeds silver and black the way this guy does?
Danny does. He absolutely does. I don't think he's far off in saying what he's saying about this team being competitive.
Yeah, they're not that. You're right. They've lost close games.
Yeah.
They're not 2-7 bad.
I actually don't disagree with anything that you said. Like I think that Covino's point about Ashton Genty is correct, and yeah, he's only getting 3 yards a carry, and Danny's right. There's no holes for him. I'll tell you something that I think will tell you everything you need to know about the Raiders is that Tyler Lockett's been there for 8 minutes. And I know they made the deal for Jacoby Myers, but you talked about Brock Bowers. He led the team in targets last night. And the reason he probably led the team in targets is because Geno Smith was used to throwing to Tyler Lockett in Seattle. So that tells me there's not a lot of offensive cohesion, that Geno Smith is defaulting, throwing back to a guy that he threw to 3 seasons ago who is well past his prime in the NFL.
That's a great point.
So there's a lot going – there's not a lot going right for the Raiders right now. Even though it may seem that they're just not far off, I thought that was a glaring point last night, that when they kind of needed throws, he was throwing to Tyler Lockett.
Speaking of Geno, there was an obvious late hit on Geno yesterday.
Yeah, there were actually 2 because he was piled on late on the play where he got injured.
Yeah, and like we said, we've seen him peel off the ground.
You saw his legs get taken out way after the play was over after that. So there were 2 missed roughing the passer calls, but still Carlson had a chance to tie it there, and Carlson and the special teams, they've been horrible this season.
Yeah. The Raiders fired Tom McMahon, the special teams coordinator, today, so he's out.
Not a surprise.
But did you notice what went viral? Did you notice when it happened at Herb Street? Now Michaels paid no mind to the late hit. Really didn't acknowledge it.
It literally,
it was sort of
the Bronco
confusing.
defender took 3 steps to the quarterback after the play was over, and then went low on his legs.
You know, it's tough watching Geno Smith, struggle. You know what he's capable of. He's throwing a lot of picks. The team's not playing well. It provided for a boring Thursday night football game, a boring start to Week 10. Your thoughts on it? And the question is this. Again, Bo Nix getting a lot of criticism, even though he won at home. They won at home. He was getting booed. We talk about this a lot, and whether or not it's counterproductive. Like, if you're getting booed at home, where's the home field advantage?
Well, I always wonder what people think the booing does.
Yeah, is there anything good that comes out of it? Do you think that lights a fire or just makes them feel bad?
I got a twist on this. I almost feel like we should take the lead. We should start just booing people for other things.
Boo, play better, boo.
You go to a store.
Like Spot does to you on our show.
By the way, you ever go to a store and there's one register open and there's like 15 people and they're not opening a second register? Hey, everyone. Boo! Hey, boo! You guys suck! We need another register! Boo!
We should boo people more often. You're right.
Get your coffee,
people
drink.
who really deserve it.
Get your coffee, drink order wrong at Starbucks. You suck, baristas, boo!
Dude still won.
This past week, Giannis turning it around on the Pacers fans when they booed Miles Turner, and then he dunked on them, and he booed them. It's starting to catch on.
Yeah, he gave him the thumbs down and started booing the crowd.
I get it, because sometimes it's warranted, and I remember feeling this way talking about Anthony Volpe this past baseball season. He was struggling so hard at shortstop with the Yankees, and the Yankees fans weren't very kind to him and letting him know. They booed him every chance they got, and you have to ask yourself, is this helping him or hurting him?
Do you like the sarcastic
it's not
applause?
Encouraging.
Do you like the sarcastic applause when that player finally does do something?
Yeah, but you're gonna. Here's the thing. Here's the wild part about it. You're gonna get booed when you're away. Right? When you struggle, when you stink, you're going to get booed.
No,
the
do you,
opposing
though?
fans.
Don't the opposing fans cheer when you screw up and you do poorly?
Yeah, well, you don't want to get booed at home.
Oh, it just, what do you call it? A false start. Yeah, woo!
They get booed when they run onto the field and they run back into the tunnel.
Whether it be your home field or just at home. Like, you don't want to be hassled, haggled, harassed. You don't want to hear any nitpicking. Like,
harangued.
When you're home, do you want to be bothered at all? It's your home. That's his home field. They won. He got booed. He's a young quarterback. Like we said, if you think about it as a stock, and I believe Colin was talking about, like, even Peyton Manning struggled in his 4th season. He's still moving upward. He may be plateauing like a stock, but he's still moving upward.
Struggling.
As far as I see it. They're 7-2, like we said. So
8-2.
8-2 now. So is it warranted or not? And Rich, I really do like your spin. Who really deserves those boos?
I'll be honest. You know who deserves booing?
Who else? Because
I'm
I'm ready to give
people
them out.
at the front desk of a car rental place. What are you trying to sell us? Do you want the insurance?
Boo
Hold on
this
with a
man!
boo.
Boo this man!
I mean, we just start booing people. Yo, the person that doesn't go when the light turns green because they're looking at their phone.
Oh, yeah.
Don't honk. Roll down your window. Boo!
Thumbs down. That's funny.
In newer cars, a boo is going to replace a honk, I think. That would be a great way to do it. Yeah.
All right. I got
boop.
2 D-bags that I encountered today.
Yeah.
The guy who just takes up like 2 parking spots, he deserves some boos clearly, but the person that doesn't put their shopping cart back, oh man. And sometimes I live in a condo. I live in a condo complex, and get this. There's always like a shopping cart so you could bring like groceries up and down through the elevators when you live like in an apartment style setting. People leave the shopping carts in the elevator and they just leave them there like trash bags. Boo these people.
Well,
who really deserves
think
it?
about other
Bo
forms.
Nix got the win yesterday.
Think about other forms of entertainment. I just think it's funny how sports, athletics, we have this open invitation to boo who we love. Meaning, if you're a Denver Broncos fan, right? Follow this line of thinking.
Go ahead.
You're a Broncos fan. They're 8-2, but you're so dissatisfied with Bo Nix that you're booing him.
Yeah.
Imagine going to see your favorite comic. Joe Coy, Bert Kreischer, Sebastian Maniscalco, Dave Chappelle. Imagine if you're like,
Timmy No Breaks.
Imagine Timmy No Breaks. Get this. Imagine you're like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this set. Boo!
I'm not that kind of guy.
Hecklers do that.
But you know what?
Heckle.
Yo, we should all boo Rich. I caught him, dude. First of all, there's nothing worse. People bringing donuts or treats to the office or whatever. The other day, I walked in here. I saw that big, giant pink box of donuts sitting there on the counter. I was so excited. I opened it up, and there's nothing inside. So to the a-hole that leaves the empty box or the empty carton of milk at home, the person who leaves the empty thing that fools you, I boo them so hard. But I caught Rich about to do that same thing here. He was about to leave an empty box here in the kitchen.
What's in the box?
For the next, nothing's in the box. You don't leave an empty box.
I had this pulled on me recently, and I felt like I wanted to return the favor.
My mom used to be, why did you put the milk carton back in the fridge when there's this much milk in there? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I've learned I changed that behavior.
Yo, can I boo someone? Whoever's, let's just say whoever's messy in this men's bathroom here at Fox Sports Radio, they deserve some boos.
We never know.
They got the aim of Geno Smith in the pocket.
That's exactly what I mean. Exactly what I mean. Like,
you know what,
what's
though?
going on there?
Look at these short memories. Less than a month ago, the Broncos stunned the Giants with that last-second field goal in that historic comeback, 33-32.
Yeah.
We were all on the edge of our seats watching that. Bo Nix was a hero. And now, this quickly, they're booing him?
Yeah,
That's what
wild.
surprised me.
That's what's crazy about it.
How much do you think, because I think it's a big part, the games that these teams played last week. So the Raiders went into overtime, played the entire overtime period with Jacksonville. Yeah. So now you got a short Thursday game. The Broncos were in a fist fight with the Houston Texans, two defensive teams going at it.
Okay.
I felt that there was a little bit.
They're spent.
And you look at Rich's 49ers team, look at the performance they put up against the Rams earlier this year on a short week. So it's not an excuse. But if you wonder on maybe why both teams are kind of lackluster, it could have been just what happened
That's fair.
A couple of days ago.
That's really fair. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Dan brings up a good point because after the game, the guys on the Amazon Prime broadcast were like, this is like you're in week 9, week 10. It's a Thursday night game. You win 10-7. You move on. Like, they're not going to remember this game. It was just another win on their belt.
Honestly, for the Broncos, good for you. I mean, like, you played like trash. It was boring. It was a Thursday night. On your calendar, on your schedule, this is not a game you look forward to. No NFL player or coach likes the Thursday game. So when you can escape the Thursday game without major injury and pick up a dub, as my dude Fred Warner would say, Dub City, if you could pick up a dub, then you just move on to the next week and say, put that in the rear view and say, let's
City. That was Dud City.
You put it in the rear view as long as none of that stink carries over to their battle against the Chiefs coming up.
So your thoughts, and again, the fans booing Bo Nix at home, your thoughts on that? Like I said, I think he handled it well. Like, he handled it like Bob from La Bamba. Not my first or my last. It's not the last time, and it's just part of the game. But what a bunch of weenies booing this guy.
Dare I look ahead? You know I do like a little schedule watching.
Let's do it.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And then we'll get to everyone's feedback.
Oh, boy.
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah! Love schedule watching. So this Broncos team that, as Dan Beyer pointed out, had a battle with the Texans, like in the trenches. Like, that was a hell of a game, right? Broncos win a close one. They won another close one last night in a game where their young star quarterback is booed. They're at home. DB, the only thing you could say good about last night, the uniforms.
Yes, they both looked very sharp.
Broncos, they got to officially change back to the old school Broncos. I feel like my brother, who's a Broncos fan, was telling me that all the fan groups are really pushing for the Broncos to really consider.
Yeah, it looks more exciting.
It could really work if they're getting the new stadium that they plan to build. Like, that's a way to do it. And I would say this, that the uniforms that they normally wear now that we call their Super Bowl winning uniforms, those could work as a throwback.
That would be fantastic. Right? It's a throwback to the Elway championship years.
Just reverse it.
Do the old reversal. And Danny G, I'm surprised you don't rock one of those road Raiders jerseys, the white with the silver and the black outline. Those are sweet.
Oh, I have one. It's Amari Cooper, though.
Those are sweet as hell. So anyway, Broncos coming off of two really defensive battles, 10-7, and last week both teams scored under 20, right? Against, it was 18-15 or 18-17, something ridiculous. They play at home against the Chiefs next week. So that'll be a really big litmus test.
They better be rested up for that.
AFC West picture. So your boy Mahomes, they got the bye week. They're going to be coming off a bye, and they're going to be ready to go. So that'll be a real big test for Bo Nix, Sean Payton, and the Broncos at home against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 5-4, and you know what they're looking for. They're looking to really get back in this division where the Broncos could the Broncos could legit distance themselves in first place. If they win that game 9-2, and you would have the Chiefs at 5-5, that is a monstrous game for the Denver Broncos to put all these boos and noise behind them. You beat the Chiefs in a week, you're golden, baby.
And the way this season's gone so far, it could happen because there's no rhyme or reason this 2025 season. And we're going to get to your phone calls and feedback, your thoughts on the debut of Week 10, the Broncos barely beating the Week 10, barely beating the Raiders, and who deserves these boos? Who actually deserves these boos in sports, in life? Plus, Rich's big TV game of the week. We get to it all next on Fox Sports Radio.
All right, now today's job search can be tough with endless online searches and applications. No phone calls, no interviews, nothing but automated email responses. But wait. There's a different way to find a job. Guess what? There is Express Employment Pros, staffing agencies that work alongside you and companies to hire candidates for any type of job. Express could help get a job that matches your qualifications The local Express team are the advocates in the job market for you. And the best part, they never charge a fee for their support. Learn more at expresspros.com.
Stop waiting. Express will find out what you want from your job, keep you updated on job openings, and help you land the next role. Choose Express Employment Pros for your one connection to dozens of local jobs. With more than 870 locations, there's always an office in your area. And the best part, once Express has your information, you'll be the first to hear about new opportunities that match your skills.
Start by finding a location right now at expresspros.com and contact your local office today. It was a few years ago when Sean Payton took over for Nathaniel, I can't quite hack it, for the Denver Broncos. Very quickly, the combination of Sean Payton and Russell Wilson were mocked on social media, were mocked in the sports media. Within the first half of the first season, there were headlines that were saying, Sean Payton, grand opening, great closing. He's not even going to last a year. So I just think we all owe Sean Payton an apology.
I got a few people we could add to the list.
Well, you know why?
Because you know this sounds very similar to a lot of the backtracking everyone did with Dan Campbell. Because he talked the big game about his Lions. Everyone's like, yeah, okay, buddy.
Biting
but
kneecaps
then
and,
he showed that his gritty ways and his tough sort of attitude translated on the field. It just took some time. But didn't everyone get a nice little laugh and chuckle at his demeanor at the press conferences?
Look at this
like,
guy.
yeah, okay, Dan.
Look at him. He's talking about biting kneecaps.
No,
what a
seriously.
loser.
And then it showed in the next few years. I got another one for you.
Duval, and all of a sudden the Jags look better than they did in a few years?
Dude, that's a good one. That's a good one. Like, yeah, we all laughed at their expense, but looking back, in retrospect, they were onto something. Jacob deGrom also comes to mind, too, because he left your Mets. Yeah, I really believe in what the Texas Rangers are doing. And we laughed. Everybody, even here on the show, when we were doing Sundays. We were doing Sundays here on Fox Sports Radio. We're like, yeah, you believe what the Rangers are doing.
He said he's going to the Rangers for the winning culture. They win the World Series the next year.
So, yeah, he was onto something. He was right. And we said, hey, we're sorry. He was right about that. We're going to add Sean Payton to this list because even if they don't win at all, they're playoff bound, and I'd say they're a top 3 team in the NFL right now. I think it's debatable, but it's fair to say.
And the other layer is this just goes along with the narrative, Danny, that we've talked about for years on our show, right? People's lack of patience. And I get it. I ordered my son a Mookie Betts jersey. Dad, when does it get here? Oh, buddy, it was like a Wednesday. I said, I'll be here Friday. Friday? I'm like, yeah, that's like in 48 hours. What, do you want it to show up like now?
This goes back to the very famous Ronnie Chang bit that we quote often here on the show. Ronnie Chang says we live in a prime now world where we want it now, prime now. We want to order, click the button, and then hear our doorbell ring and have it on our doorstep immediately. We lost patience. Prime now. I don't want it tomorrow. I don't want it Friday. I want it now. And that's really how it is. We want instant results.
I want everyone in this room to admit this. Monty, I'm talking to you as well. Have you ever clicked on something you're buying on Amazon, and if it's not next day, you're like, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you go with a different brand. That'll be there on time.
It's not going to be here. It won't be on my doorstep within 12 hours.
I need it to be like 2 days. 2 days is my max.
Maximum, yeah.
Max. And if not, like Danny G said, I'm looking for another option.
Yeah.
You might not even need it.
I know, but I want it.
I don't think anyone doubted how great Shohei Ohtani was, but there were people that thought, well, that's way too much money. And the fact that the Dodgers sort of have made that money back in a year or so.
In a year. No, I'd say that.
Anyone that doubted, like, man, that's just how could you pay that type of money? They deferred it and they already got it back. So, like, that was a ridiculously good decision.
You know who we might someday own apology? I'm just thinking of people that got a lot of criticism, and, we're still on the fence about. When Tom Brady got in the booth, he garnered tons of criticism, especially because of he pushed Olsen out. We're comparing him to Olsen. We don't know how good he's going to get, a few years from now, and we're going to look back and say, hey, remember how everyone was so hard on Tom Brady? The dude was just starting out. We don't give people time to develop. I think Jeter gets some of that criticism now, too. We just saw it in the World Series and the post games. It's like he's not a broadcaster. In a few years, he's probably going to be a lot better, and we're going to say, hey, we're kind of hard on the guy. It was his first few years doing this.
Maybe he could order a personality on Amazon.
I think Tom Brady's a good one. I think Tom Brady's so competitive that a few years from now, we're going to look back and be like, yeah, we were hard on him. I mean, he had never done it before. He's great now.
How about Nico Harrison? He traded away a fat
that's
Luka.
A good one. That's a real good one.
Wait a second.
Oh, I mean, but we don't know that story yet, right?
They're playing.
Yeah,
they're playing kind of
Luka,
bad right now, but they got flagged. They got some potential, but they're not scoring good. They're not scoring a lot.
And I was going to say, obviously Luka trimmed down and got in shape, and he looks like an MVP candidate at this point.
Not my first or my last. So the Broncos won. Bo Nix said it's not his first or last time getting booed. Yeah, I won too. $500 in art lessons. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio.
Yo, what's up, buddy?
I'm the captain of this show. Soy
Steve Covino.
Capitan, soy Capitan.
That's why you have that C.
Yeah, and that's Rich Davis. He's dancing around in the background.
All right, let's go.
And you could watch his dance moves. You could watch our show. You could see Dan Byron do his live update. You could see Danny G taking calls, Iowa Sam on the ones and twos. It's all at Covino and Rich FSR. And, of course, you could check our podcast. Search Covino and Rich wherever you stream your podcasts. Now, we got Rich's big TV game of the week coming up, plus our game that's sweeping the nation, Brainwave. But we'll wrap up your phone calls. Who really deserves these boos?
Yeah, in sports and in life. Who in life deserves boos? I'm telling you, there's plenty of stores you go to that deserve boos. You know who deserves boos? People that rev their car engines. Who are you trying to impress?
How about when you go to a store, they don't even greet you in today's world? Then they have the nerve to ask for a tip. Like, tip? How about you get booed right now?
Oh, I know.
You gave me no service.
You know who deserves a boo? The people that flip the screen and they act like they don't know what they're up to. Like, it's going to ask you a question.
It's just going to ask you a few questions. We know the stupid questions.
We know the questions.
Boo you.
How about the school drop-off lines in the morning where the parent doesn't pull all the way forward, and so the line's backed up to the street because of that one parent that wants to give their kid, like, here you go, right at the gate, right at the entrance.
You got to start giving thumbs down where they're deserved. Boo! Boo this man!
All right, Mo in Tempe. Mo, who should be getting the boos, man? What's up?
All right, I got two issues. One, whoever was not rooting for the Dodgers, living in America, rooting for Canada, boo to you.
Boo to you!
And number two, whoever's in the drive-thru and you mess up my order and you act like you're mad at me, boo to you.
That's a good one in itself. The drive-thru, no matter what, without fail, right? You'll go to the drive-thru, you get your order, and no, without fail, it's always wrong. It's just always, you should go right back to the window, thumbs down, just boo them.
The person that forgets to give you the sauce that you asked for multiple times, you get home and it's not there.
And you know what happens? You're the guy that takes the booze, which sucks, because if you go and pick up the food, let's say you order takeout. Your wife will always say something like, make sure they put the sauces in there. Make sure they put bread inside. And then you go to the guy like, is everything in here? Yeah, everything's in there. You get home and it's not there.
What is Tony Soprano's? They forgot the orange beef.
Yeah, and then your wife and your kids and everyone's mad at you. You start getting all these stray boos, and it's like, no, you got to go back to that takeout place and boo that person or boo them next time because it's always wrong. There's always something.
Oh, can I tell you someone did something to me that bothered me? I got a breakfast burrito for my kid. My 5-year-old, believe it or not, loves a chorizo, egg, and cheese sandwich. Like a little... But like a burrito, a little breakfast burrito, chorizo, egg, and cheese. And I said 5 times, no beans. No beans. He doesn't want the sloppy beans on his nice little breakfast burrito. They put a ton of beans on. I call them. I go, I told you. They go, all right, come back. But make sure you bring it. Don't you believe me?
So what,
I was
you
like,
dissect
boo!
it or what? You want to dissect it? You want to look at it?
Yeah,
I ate it.
I was like,
give me a free one.
I want to boo your little son. No beans in his breakfast burrito?
You want it in a breakfast burrito?
He's got to get his fiber.
What kind of Mexican is he?
Breakfast? He's trans-Mexican.
Yeah. By the way, Rich.
Little white boy that identifies as Mexican.
Who cut your hair?
What?
Because I want to boo him.
This is
boo!
Oh, man.
I'm just kidding.
Cold-blooded.
I'm just kidding. But I'm saying if you get a weak haircut, maybe you spin back around because they always spin you into the mirror and you got the stupid cape on. So you got like a big fat face, big fat head. If you got a bad haircut, you spin right back around and be like, boo, this haircut sucks.
No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys. Let's go to the phones.
Oh, someone that doesn't know how to go through TSA security. Someone that doesn't know how to use self-checkout.
Well, that's a good one.
I can make a list of the people.
Anyone holding up the line.
Anyone that's holding up your day deserves to be booed Bo Nick style. Let's say hi to Phil in Penn. What's up, Phil?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing tonight?
We're good, man.
What up?
Nice. Yeah, so actually I was just thinking the same one. Somebody said self-checkout. Like all my work that I have to do to spend money at these places. Like I am booing the self-checkout hardcore.
How about booing the people that said you can't put alcohol at self-checkout? Like, I'll show you my ID or whatever you need, but like, I don't want to have to wait in the long line with, no offense, like 80-year-old ladies with coupons just because I'm buying a 6-pack of High Noons.
So you're saying that buying the booze deserves booze?
Correct.
Yeah.
Boo. I feel aggravated having this conversation. I just realized that life is just full of people that really deserve booze.
At Target, I feel like I should get an employee discount every time I wait in line for their self-checkout.
Dude, how about at the pharmacy? You just gotta ring a bell just to have someone open a cabinet just to get deodorant, and you have to wait 5 minutes for that.
Because vagrants are stealing deodorant. I'm gonna boo Covino.
That's good, though. Hobos using deodorant. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you should. If they're going to steal something, deodorant's not a bad one. I'm going to boo Covino because he's in the category of someone we'd all boo. Covino's the guy that gets up the minute the plane lands.
That is such a lie.
You stand up.
Stretching his legs.
Spot, back me up.
I would
Producer
boo
Spot.
if I did it once because I was trying to catch a connecting
No,
flight.
Covino's,
true.
yeah,
It's so
Covino stands up,
false.
but Rich claps. So I'm not sure which one's worse.
And he ass claps, which is really
Did
weird.
Covino once walk to the front of the plane the second it landed? Like cut off everybody in the plane?
These are rumors.
Sir, the fasten seatbelt sign is still lit.
These are rumors.
No, I heard it.
Let's go to Seattle and David. David, who deserves to get booed, Bo Nick style? Last night, the Broncos.
I think the game itself needed to get booed.
I agree. Maybe it was less at Bo Nix and more just the weak-ass game because they're 8-2. They've had a couple rough defensive battles.
You know what it was like, though, Rich?
Now, Bo Nix, listen to this. If Bo Nix goes on next week to lead the team to beat the Chiefs and take a 3-game lead, I'm sorry, that would be a 3-game lead in the loss column over the Chiefs. You can't be booing this guy anymore.
Yeah, but I understand it from this standpoint. If you're booing the game, like you're just booing the event because you're hard-earned money
You're
on
frustrated.
a Thursday night.
No
you
offense.
dragged your family to this.
No, but that's not what it was because the Broncos defense was playing well. It was the offense that they were directing their boos at.
Yeah, no, I know. I get
I
that.
see
I'm
what you're saying.
but if it was booing the game, I understand.
Just in general.
It's like when you go and watch a prize fight or you see on TV where there's no action. And people just get restless. They're like, we paid all this money to watch this game or this pay-per-view. Boo, bring some action. People just want action, man.
We've been to fights where the crowd got a little restless by like round 8 or 9 or 10 because it's like, yo, you've done nothing.
Running, it's boring, nothing's happening, and that's how it felt last night.
They keep hugging each other.
It felt, and that's how the game felt. Like neither team really wanted to win that bad.
All right, let's go to Seattle. Say hi to Dave, and then we'll go to Dan Byer for an update. What's up, David?
Oh, hey guys, thank you. So, you know who I want to boo is I do tree removals, like hazardous, dead, dying stuff. I just spent the last 6 hours in an uprooting maple, and I want to boo every Karen and Darren that comes up and says, "You got a permit for that? You got a permit for that?"
Busybody.
Whoa.
Busybody. Mind your business. I get it.
And you
Hey,
know what?
Rich, have you ever gone to a theater and the movie was that bad where people actually booed the movie? Because that would be pretty brutal. I've never seen that, but you know, there's certain movies that do terrible in the
Booing
box
a movie?
office.
Have you ever left a movie? Because you're like, I've just.
No, but I hear people. Well, my mom dragged me out when I was a kid. I remember she's like, "This is too violent and raunchy for me, for my
She took you out?
little boy ears." Yeah, it was embarrassing as hell. But I do hear stories of people leaving because the movie's that bad. Sam, didn't you say you didn't finish the movie?
Yeah, I walked out of American Hustle.
Just walked out?
I walked out with 10 minutes left. It wasn't vibing with me.
I feel like
I've never
heard-
walked out of a movie.
I hear a few people say like it was so bad they stopped watching and left the movie. So anyway, let's implement this in life where it's more deserved. And your thoughts, wrap up your phone calls, plus Rich's big TV game of the week and Brainwave. But first, an update from Dan Byer.
This better be good.
I'm not a big movie guy, but I've never understood why people applaud after movies.
Yeah,
That's what made me think
The
of it.
actors aren't here.
Yeah, there's nobody here related to what you just watched. So what's the point? The Raiders said, what's the point of keeping our special teams coordinator if they're going to miss field goals, block our punts, miss extra points, the whole deal? They fired special teams coordinator Tom McMahon a day after that 10-7 loss to Denver last night. Now, Rich is looking ahead to the 49ers taking on the Rams in the Bay Area on Sunday. Mac Jones is going to start for San Francisco. There is a possibility where Brock Purdy could be active for the game, but Mac Jones is going to start for the Niners. Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels won't need surgery on his injured elbow. He'll be evaluated during their bye in Week 12. Commanders have the Lions coming to town this Sunday. President Trump expected to be in attendance. Jaguars wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. going to miss Sunday's game in Houston. Bears running back DeAndre Swift questionable to face the Giants, while the Patriots will not have running back Ramondre Stevenson against the Buccaneers. He's missing his second straight game because of a toe injury. Bills running back James Cook, no injury designation. He'll start on Sunday against the Dolphins. Former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown appeared before a judge today in New Jersey as he faces attempted murder charges, as he will now be taken back to Florida. Japanese third baseman Munetaka Murakami is entering the posting system. The slugger owns the NPB single-season home run record, could fetch a 9-figure deal here in Major League Baseball. And a couple of NBA notes. Lakers guard Austin Reeves out tomorrow against the Hawks. He's going to miss another game. Spurs guard De'Aaron Fox to make his season debut against the Pelicans tomorrow. Guys, back to you.
So they'll sandwich that guy in between like Mookie and Freddie in the lineup.
Yeah,
And
right.
just
Sure.
Perfect, right?
See you later. Yeah, yep.
And by the way, Wes hit us up in Vegas and he goes, "Are you sure?" Remember, like Mookie Wilson or Mookie Betts, like sometimes the crowd will go like "moo," and you're like, "Oh, they're booing."
Lou.
Are you sure it wasn't
Sweet
like,
Lou, any sweet Lou?
maybe it wasn't like Bo Nix, Bo
Smithers, are they booing me? No, they're saying boo earns, boo earns.
Boo
That's an old
Earns.
Simpsons
Yes,
quote.
good one.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, a lot of great NFL action headed your way. We're going to go over all of it. The big TV game of the week, that's on deck. And we will play a game, Brainwave, give away some prizes. A lot more coming up. CNR on FSR. Hang tight.
What's the show without a Brady mention?
I mean, TB12, he's the man. Can't deny it. But he pulled a move that I'm torn on.
This is a Pet Cemetery
I
move.
feel like while we talk about it, I'm going to work out how I really feel because I've found myself going back and forth on this one because I have a dog. You have a dog. Danny, you guys got a pet?
Yeah, a cat and a dog.
Hey, yo, Derek, Mookie with Mookie. Mookie Betts, he's my dog. Hey, Derek.
Thanks, Poppy.
Hey, my dog, you my dog.
I was saying, you got a pet? I feel like you got a ferret. Do you have a
We
ferret?
talked about this. He shares a custody of a pet with his ex.
I have a rent-a-doggy, but I would very much like to keep him around forever.
We all love our pets. If you're a pet owner, of course you love your pet. In fact, my dog is very old and unfortunately will not be around for much longer, and I know that.
Will Smith is my dog.
So I just
I mean, it breaks my heart because I know your dog so well.
Yeah, and it's like,
and I love her.
It's a bummer. I have a 12-and-a-half-year-old French bulldog. That's the equivalent of a 100-year-old person. So I know that my wife and I say, come on, let's get one more Christmas. Like, it's an old dog.
She still plays, though. She was playing with her toys when I was over at your house. She loves life still.
She also fell off the couch and almost died.
Yeah, she fell off the couch and almost
elderly related, yeah.
Like an old person falling. We just had a friend, one of the kids at school, their best friend, lost their dog last week. And when you realize your dog is not going to be around forever, do you pull the Tom Brady if you have the money? I looked this up. They're saying this is like a $50,000 to $100,000 starting point.
Well, you know what I'm not buying here? If you listen closely to Isaac Lowenkron's news alert, his news update, which you never do, Rich, because you're too busy babbling yourself, he said something along the lines of Tom Brady paid $100,000 to clone his dog, but he's partners in this company, this biotech lab facility.
And he doesn't exactly have a great track record when it comes to investments, FTX crypto.
Yeah, but if you're a partner in this company, you really think he paid $100,000? He didn't get the company discount, or is this just good promo? If you're part of this company, you're not saying, hey, Tom, we'll do it for free. Just tell everybody about it. Tom Brady paid diddly squat to get this done, and you heard it from me. There's no way he paid $100,000.
That way, like, any pet lover's like, wait a minute, Tom Brady did what?
That's just what it costs, and they want everyone to know. If you
How can
want
I
it done,
do it?
This is how much it costs.
Well,
even Tom Brady paid. He's in the company. He paid nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what, towards the end of a dog's life, the vet bills might as well add up to that. So let me ask you, would you clone your pet? Covino, you've never really been that much of a pet lover, and then you got your dog Theo. Every day when you're sitting there watching the Yankees game or Love is Blind or whatever dumb stuff you're watching, your dog's sitting there with you.
That's right.
You told me it's the first pet you've actually really appreciated.
It's my dog. Well, I do have a dog, and I guarantee you my girlfriend would want to clone him. She loves him that much.
And don't you think that part of the enjoyment of loving animals and having a lot of pets is they all have their own, personalities.
Right.
Why would you want the next pet to be so much like the last pet you had?
I get it because you love that dog so much.
Yeah,
I'm
but wouldn't it be
imagining
creepy if it's just kind of like your last dog?
But here's my question. Isn't there something beautiful about having a pet? And as the old saying goes, they're just a little part of your life, but you're their whole life, which is really sentimental and corny and loving when you think about it, right? Like you're their whole life, but they are just a fun little chapter of yours. Your dog lives 10, 12, 15 years. Isn't there something to be said about that's a beautiful chapter that you close the book on, and then you get a different puppy. And, remember when we had a little poodle? Now we got a golden retriever. Now we got a French bulldog. You may have multiple pets throughout your life. To carbon copy your pet just seems like you're living in the past. Like there's a party that's like, time to move on, weirdo.
Where does this stop?
Yeah,
if
I
they're
made up my
able to
mind.
do this,
So-
are you going to clone grandma just because you loved her? Like, where does this go?
And she may not come back as grandma. She'd have to live the exact life that your grandma
Dude,
lived. She'd just be a carbon copy with a different personality.
Told you, I would find my way once we talked about it. Now, it's like, we always say you watch a fight, you don't know who you're rooting for, then the minute the fight starts, you realize who you're rooting for. I was like, that's sort of cool. The more I'm thinking about it, chapters of life, who your neighbors are, what apartment or house you lived in, what job you had, what car you drive. That would be like saying, I'm going to have the same exact car, same color, same model over and over and over and over and every time your lease is up or every 5 to 10 years, I'm going to get the same exact car. You have to mix up life.
Covino and Rich. Steve Covino, Rich Davis, sweeping the nation and sweeping the floors for part-time money on the weekends.
Extra cash for you.
Extra
hey, we're doing it
flow.
live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. You know what it's time for? Our Tire Rack play of the day. Both teams should have got an L after last night, but we got to find some highlight. The Broncos special teams did it.
Broncos look like they may pressure this a bit. Snap is good. They do bring some pressure, and they get to it. They block it. The ball's bouncing around. Picked up. Denver's football inside the Raider 15-yard line.
Damn!
Tyler Bidet recovered the block.
Once you get a bidet, you never go back.
Bidet's usually ass, but he got the recovery
There you
there. That's courtesy of KOA Broncos Radio Network. Get it, Bidet ass.
Yeah, we got you.
Radio Network, and that's our Tire Rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ooh, you know, I'm still in this Dan Byer guillotine league, and my quarterback's out this week, Mahomes. I'm going to ask you what guys come up to me and ask all the time. Because we work at Fox Sports Radio, do you know how many dads at the school or guys that play softball with like, yo, Rich, you work for Fox Sports. Who should I start, this guy or this guy?
I just refer them to I Want Your Flex podcast.
Dan Byer.
Yeah, refer him to Dan Byer. He's the expert.
Dan Byers, we're in the same league, so he's probably not going to want to give me advice. Mac Jones against the Rams or Caleb Williams against the Giants?
Oh, Caleb Williams, Giants.
No doubt. I mean, last time Mac Jones played the Rams, he threw for over 300, a couple tutties. I don't know.
I'd go Spencer Rattler because he's not going to play against the Panthers.
Okay,
no, I like Covino's advice.
Yeah,
I'll go with Covino's advice.
Okay. Thank you, DB.
Thank you, Dan.
And again, Dan Byer does his fantasy sports podcast. I Want Your Flex. Thank you, DB. Now, Covino, we're going to get the big game TV, the big TV games of the week coming up in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Any final thoughts on last night's game or anything for that matter?
No, not really. There's not a whole lot to talk about. It was a boring game. It really was, and I'm sad to say that. You know, I feel like most people had that game on, and it was just on. You weren't glued to it. It was just background noise, and it was there, and that's what it was for me. So, yeah, just a boring start to the week, and let's just hope that the rest of the games step up.
Can I give you another observation that
and I think, again, Bo Nix is getting a lot of criticism this week.
You feeling a little bit extra sleepy, too, because it's so dark out early now? That you put this game on, you feel like it's so late already.
Yeah.
It's like the worst time of the year. Like you get home, Danny.
You mean we feel like the rest of the country now?
Yeah, exactly. Most of our affiliates listen to us, on the East Coast later.
Yeah, the East Coasters don't realize we're usually watching the Monday and Thursday game when it's blazing hot outside.
Yeah, now it's like nighttime. What is going on here? But
and
hey.
I think on the Raiders side, you have to ask yourself: Is Pete Carroll the guy? You know, or are we just buying time? And with the Broncos, you have to ask yourself: Is Bo Nix really the guy?
Well,
or do we have to draft a quarterback?
I have a theory, and it has to do with placeholders. Do you mind if I just throw this out there for a few minutes? Then we'll get to the big TV games in a little bit.
Sure.
In life, relationships, at the workplace, in so many layers and aspects of life, people accept the fact that they're a placeholder. When you're a middle-of-the-road baseball team, and you're like the third or fourth starter in a rotation, you know that, like, the expectation is like you're probably going to pitch 500 at best. That's the reality of who you are. When you're an older guy or an older woman and you have a position at work and you know that eventually they're going to want to hand that position over to someone younger and you're like, well, I'm sort of just the placeholder. Are you okay being the placeholder? If you're Geno Smith, are you okay knowing, dude, I got paid. I don't give a crap. I got paid. I know I'm not going to win a Super Bowl for the Raiders. I don't think Geno Smith, even if he's the most optimistic, I believe in myself type of guy, there's a reality where it's like, yo, Geno and the Raiders, it's never going to happen. But you're going to look back one year, Danny, in a decade from now, and be
you
like,
want to compete proudly.
I remember those years. You're really just hoping to maybe compete. We've all dated someone where it's like, I really enjoy her company. She's hot. Yeah, we have good sex. We get along enough, but I'm not marrying her. And there's plenty of women that have probably dated you who said the same. Like, yeah, I have fun with that dude, but he's not like forever. Are you okay being the placeholder in any aspect of life? Because in sports, any team that's not at the top tier chasing a championship, deep down inside they have to know I'm a placeholder.
Think about it. We'll discuss it next. Fox Sports Radio.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
San Francisco 49ers will start Mac Jones at quarterback again for their Week 10 matchup against the Los Angeles Rams. Brock Purdy is questionable for the game, so there's a chance he could be active, but he won't start as Jones gets the nod again. Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels will not be placed on injured reserve. Remember, he had that elbow injury on Sunday night, and it does not require surgery. As the NFL Network says, examinations revealed that there were no ligament tears. Commanders have the Lions in Week 10. They have a bye in Week 12 where Daniels will then be re-examined. Colts defensive lineman DeForest Buckner placed on IR with his neck injury. Patriots without Ramondre Stevenson against the Buccaneers on Sunday, while Bears running back DeAndre Swift is questionable to face the Giants. Raiders fired special teams coordinator Tom McMahon. Japanese third baseman Munitaka Murakami is entering the posting system. Spurs guard De'Aaron Fox to make his season debut tomorrow against New Orleans. I'm Dan Butt.
Broadcasting live. You heard the guy from Fox Sports Radio Studios in Los Angeles. We have our fun new game, Brainwave, in about 25 minutes. So if you want to call in and win a Turbo Ball, our brand new Nerf footballs, hit us up, 877-99 on Fox, and you can watch the show, watch the game, be part of it. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Sort of an interactive, fun game.
Yeah.
And we look forward to playing with you. Plus, Weekend Hobnob in this hour, your big TV game of the week and more. But it's Friday, like you said, and we be rocking out. Let's go.
Hey, I have a new thing I want to wish upon my enemies.
Uh-oh.
Because you never really want someone to get hurt. You never wish real harm on someone. That's demented, right? I mean, turf toe.
Turf toe?
Anytime
so if someone cuts me off in traffic, I wish them turf toe?
Anytime there's some a-hole in your life where you're like, I hate that guy, but I don't really want something bad to happen to him, like, I hope he gets turf toe. Because I feel like that or a high ankle sprain. Those are the two buzzwords over the last couple of years in the NFL that really seem to, like, more annoyingly sideline someone, like high ankle sprain or turf toe.
How about what you hadn't complained about with your foot, like plantar fasciitis?
I'll tell you what.
That was the first 2 years I knew Rich. That's all he talked about.
Remember when he was limping around?
That was my first old guy ailment when I hit 40. I was like, oh my God, I hit 40. What? I have plantar fasciitis.
I mean, there's plenty of things you could wish people. I wish hemorrhoids to spot all the time because he bothers me.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Why do you think? And I think it's working.
And you, yeah, I think it is.
But I did have like plantar fasciitis. Any plantar issue an athlete has, you could see why foot issues take out athletes, because if you ever have any ailment, you're like, oh my God.
Rich was wearing like special shoes a few years back. True story.
I had orthopedic shoes?
Yeah. No, I had to buy like
Forrest Gump.
I had to buy like Brooks
shoes.
or Hoka's, like shoes that I would never normally wear just because they were good like foot shoes. But, yeah, I wish turf toe on all my enemies.
All right.
Brock Purdy's practicing but still not ready. So.
And, Rich, I was thinking about what you said before we got here, talking about being a placeholder in life. Get the feeling a little bit that maybe Pete Carroll is just a placeholder.
And Geno Smith.
And Geno Smith, because they make lots of moves in Vegas. His Vegas expectations are higher. Bo Nix, I'm not saying that he is, but a lot of people hating on him today. Placeholders. It seems to be the commonality in life, though. I feel like there's a reason that young people aren't getting into relationships, because everybody's a placeholder in their mind because they're always looking for that next best thing.
The upgrade.
And it could be, the upgrade. If you read the stats, like kids aren't dating the way they used to. They're not in long-term relationships because it could be that next DM of someone hotter, someone cooler, someone of higher profile. So they keep that option open. Therefore, everybody's just a placeholder. So it's just the way of the world, unfortunately.
Let me give you an example. If you know a team is really wanting to draft a young quarterback in the next 2 years, and you're a Geno Smith, and they're like, yeah, well, 2-year deal.
Dude, why do you think the Yankees,
deal, bro?
But why do you think the Yankees offered Trent Grisham a 1-year deal today? Because they're not really buying into him.
And they
that
probably have
hard.
someone down the pipeline.
Right. Like, that's a placeholder till someone better.
But these deals are lucrative, so you could say, I'll be a placeholder all day. What is Trent Grisham or Geno Smith making?
Hey, as long as they offered him $22 million.
Or if, like I said, if there's like a girl you're vibing with, but you know she's not the one, you're like, yeah, I'll hang with her.
As long as everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
I call it being an interim pope. So like you had Pope John Paul II. And then between John Paul II and Pope Francis, there was Pope Benedict, who was only in power for like 8 years. And then Pope Francis passes away, and then you get Pope Leo, who's like much younger guy. You're like, yeah, we want him for the long term.
Yeah, we actually have a buddy who's a senior. He's a senior guy at his company, and he's like, yeah, like even if I wanted my boss's job, we're too close in age, so I may get it for a couple of years, but they'll eventually want some young man or woman to take it over because
I'm just a placeholder for the next young buck.
The Pope is a great one, honestly.
The interim Pope.
The interim Pope.
Interim champion. I mean, you hear about it all the time.
Danny, you and I and Covino, I was Sam. I know you came up in the circus. We came up in radio.
Yes.
How many times?
sideshow.
How many times did they
Bearded lady.
get rid of a morning show? And they were still eyeing up like what big time morning show we're going to try to steal or like, this show's got one more year on there, non-compete. Oh, let's put Bob and Sherry in the morning for a year. And you know that's not going to be forever.
Or they would take like the high energy nighttime DJ and put him there just as a Band-Aid.
Hey,
so that's my point. Like unless you're like a Shohei Ohtani who signed or a Soto who signed a 10-year deal.
15.
Yes, right. 15-year deal. Isn't everybody sort of a placeholder? Like if you get 3 years at your job, a 3-year contract in sports, like that's odd in today's world. Like everybody's just one big placeholder because everyone's looking for that next best thing.
I'm just saying be okay being the placeholder as long as you're respected and everyone's on the same page. If you know you're the placeholder in a relationship, if she knows it, you know it. At a job, if you're well aware that like, I'm not going to get that next big raise, but I'm holding the seat warm until they get that person they really want, accept it. It's part of life. Everyone, unless, like Covino said, unless you're Juan Soto, Aaron Judge,
it's
Josh
Allen,
Allen, Patrick Mahomes, unless you're that big star, there is a part of you that has to accept the fact that, again, like any losing team, like pick a team. If you're the
Giants,
you're sort of in a holding pattern. Unless you're part of
Russell Wilson was a placeholder. He was.
He knew it too.
Yeah.
You draft Jackson Dart, and Derek Carr felt that the minute they drafted Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah, definitely.
The minute Kirk Cousins. Did I say Derek
Carr?
Yeah,
you did.
Kirk Cousins.
That's a weird one though, because they did invest in him and they did give him all that money.
But the minute Kirk Cousins saw, whoa, hold on, draft night. Wait, did I just hear that right? They drafted Michael Penix Jr. In that moment, Kirk Cousins pretty much felt like, well, I'm sort of a placeholder because the reality is like, even if I'm great, I'm not going to be here years because they wouldn't have drafted this guy if they thought I'd last years.
Isn't it cool when a placeholder goes on and like lives above expectations? Like a Kurt Warner or a Joe Flacco. Kurt Warner, when he took over, I hope I'm not off here, Dan, but like when he took over in Arizona, like he was just a guy just to fill time.
They weren't expecting him to
and
do
he ended
that
up taking him to like a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, that's after the Rams stint. He went to the Giants, and that didn't work. He was maybe a placeholder there for Eli Manning. So then you go to Arizona, and I believe Matt Leinart was there at the time. But so he was more the backup there. But with the Giants, he was then replaced by.
Be that placeholder.
Yeah.
Sam, I was a placeholder. And it sort of worked out. When I first got into radio in a big place, I was working at an iHeart station in New York, Z100. If you're on the East Coast, you might know it. It's like the big pop station. I was like the young fill-in guy doing the late night overnight shift. They fired the night guy. And they're like, Rich is like the young guy. Put him in interim until we find the right fit. I did that for 2 years and then moved on. But like,
I did that. I did it for 6 months while someone was in a contract dispute on a radio channel. Someone was in a contract dispute, so he wasn't showing up. I filled in for 6 months, 6+ months, did a stellar job. I'm like, well, this is my job. And that's why I say if everyone knows, then it's okay. I was like, if I work hard and I step up and I know I'm better than this dude, they're just going to give that job to me. And you know what? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, they worked it out with the other dude, and now it was yesterday's news. And I was pissed.
You had a chance to shine.
Yeah,
and you had a chance to
did.
be in that role.
And I made my
for the
money,
future.
but it bothered me because not everyone was clear on that I was just filling in this void. I was like, I'm just going to win this job over, and I didn't.
Look at old Turf Toe. Brock Purdy. We were at the game in the Bay Area when Garoppolo went down, and we're like, who's that? Who? Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy earned that job because they had Trey Lance, they had Garoppolo, they had other options, or they could have actually went to go get Aaron Rodgers. There were Niners options. So the fact that Brock Purdy is the 49ers QB1, even though he's been injured most of the year, he sort of earned that old-fashioned way, the way you speak of.
All right, well, think about it. It's sort of the world we live in right now, unless you're Juan Soto, unless you're Shohei Ohtani. And now it's time for Rich's Big TV Game of the Week.
You should see my setup. I got an extra TV.
The game that I will have.
We should call it Rich's Big TV Game of the Week.
It's Rich's Big TV Game of the Week.
What started out as a joke, you hear Spot giggling, Big TV Game of the Week, is a feature now because we all need to know what's getting the big TV.
It is kind of funny, though, when Rich wheels his little TV out, like the AV kid in high school.
What does it sound like?
Yeah, and he doesn't know how to operate it, like the teacher in high school. Because the week games get the smaller TV, but what gets the big TV...
And the volume, really, right?
It's the volume and all your attention for the most part. Let's break it down.
We go over it every week. And, hey, Sunday morning, you going to wake up early? 9 a.m. East Coast, 6 a.m. out here. Danny G, you waking up for the Falcons-Colts? Are the Colts going to go to 8-2? Are they going to match the Broncos for the best record as of now in the AFC?
Sure feels that way.
So that's your only early game. So, of course, that gets the TV. That gets the bedroom TV because are you really getting up for that? Lay in bed, watch that.
That's in Germany?
Gardner, too.
Germany, right? It's the Germans.
Das Boot! Das Boot is right, I was saying, in Germany.
They'll be having a Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen is right. Now, as far as the early slated games, Browns and the Jets, I mean, I feel like you'd have to pay me to watch that one. I don't even know if that gets the small TV. That gets like the phone update. Let me see. Let me check in. Jags and Texans, possible because there's a lack of other games. But Jags, Texans, that doesn't get the big TV. Bills, Dolphins. Bills should just continue to advance. They'll end up 7-2. Little tune-up game for them. Giants and Bears, yeah, no thanks. Ravens and Vikings, that's interesting because will the Ravens win another one in a row? They'd be 4-5, and they'd continue our path, Danny G, of back to contention in the AFC North. I'll keep an eye on the Ravens-Vikings. I'll also keep an eye on the Saints-Panthers just to see if Big Mike's Panthers get to 6-4. They're better than I thought. But the game of the week, clearly the early game of the week, we're going down to Tampa. Bucks hosting the Patriots. 6-2 versus 7-2. Would you have thought these two teams would be the best game of the week?
Game of the week, yeah. And there's some buzz. There's rumblings of Drake May MVP for what he's been able to do for this team. I'm not saying that he wasn't supposed to be this good. I'm just saying, damn, what a quick turnaround. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, the Patriots are the real deal.
Let's not be surprised when early round quarterbacks end up being good after a couple of years. It shows to our conversation yesterday about patience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't draft Drake May because he was trash.
I think it's an ultimate test for both teams and both quarterbacks. So super exciting game, Rich. Completely agree with that choice.
And we talk about the coaches who are not good head coaches, but they're great coordinators. Josh McDaniels.
So we shall see tomorrow. Well, actually, not tomorrow, Sunday. But that's a goodie right there. Buccaneers, Patriots. Let's see what goes down.
At Tampa, by the way.
Tampa favored by 2.5. Like we said, it's just that home field couple points. So Vegas even sees this one pretty even.
I feel like this game makes up for that stinker last night. I'm expecting a really exciting game for this one.
So Pats, Bucks, that's clearly your best early game. What gets the big TV later in the day? Only 3 games. Dan Beyer, I gotta give you an apology. I haven't really believed in your Seahawks until recently, and they're gonna steamroll.
Speaking
the
of
Cardinals,
buzz,
I think. I really think they're
like
gonna.
We said, Sam Darnold's in that elite conversation now. All of a sudden,
I don't know why. Because again, I told you, I feel like they were in my mind. They were still the remnants of the last dynasty. They're a whole
Yes,
new team,
they're
whole
not.
new coach,
Not at
whole new
all.
personnel.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, oh, they're like a shadow of the Legion of Boom, and they're a shadow of they're their own identity, and they're killing everyone.
Yes, I'm really curious about this week because it's a short week for the Cardinals. You know, they played on Monday night in Dallas. Now I have to travel to Seattle for that game, so I'm hoping that's an advantage for the Seahawks.
Seattle's favored by 6.5. It should be 16.5. I really think you guys are going to steamroll them. So that might be my favorite pick of the week. So
keep your eye on Jacoby Brissett again.
Yeah, he had that offense looking pretty sweet last week. So it depends. I agree. It depends on the rest they get.
Though that doesn't get my big TV.
Okay.
Nor does the Lions Commanders, even though I'm curious to see if the Lions start showing me something. They're 5-3. I'm not saying they're not a playoff team, but 5-3. I don't know. I feel like the Lions have been a mild letdown for those that thought they would cruise right back to the NFL playoffs and be the elite of the NFC. I'm curious to see if they steamroll the Commanders without Jaden Daniels, without Terry McLaurin. Like, it should be easy work. The game's in D.C., but I don't know. The big TV game is clearly my Niners hosting the Rams. DB, I know that you feel the Niners could be an upset special this week. I appreciate you saying that, giving each other's teams props.
I think that there's an opportunity. Why would we think that the Rams would just go there and dominate, considering what we saw earlier this year in L.A.?
Yeah, and for some reason, it's Sean McVay, who is a genius. It seems like, knock on wood, his kryptonite at times is Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, and who knows each other better, right?
And I love their friendship, yet competitive nature.
Yeah.
So I think that's another clear game of the week. Rams, Niners, lock it in. Rams, 4.5 point favorites on the road. The Niners still banged up. I mean,
Purdy, they're saying is real close to coming back. But if Mac Jones has a big game, then what happens?
It's Brock Purdy's team. Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch have said it.
I get it.
Mac Jones beat the Rams earlier on the season, which is why I contemplated starting him in fantasy, because he threw for over 300 yards last game. If you remember, that was a field goal, overtime, crazy game, 49ers-Rams. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we got two good ones. And, of course, Sunday night gives you another good one. The NFL's lucked out with another competitive matchup. Steelers at Chargers. This is an opportunity. Dan Beyer, correct me if you disagree. An opportunity for one of those two teams to show that they're in the conversation.
Yes, and I fully expect the Chargers to make that statement. But if
I
Pittsburgh
agree.
were to do it back-to-back weeks against the Colts and Chargers, that's pretty good for your resume.
Then they would be making a statement. But I feel like whoever wins this game, you will then say, oh, that team's in the possible top tier of the AFC. The loser, you'll start questioning a bit. So I think that game has a lot of Monday morning quarterback talk radio implications. So Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, Sunday night out here in L.A., and you're going to see a lot of terrible towels in Los Angeles because those fans travel well, and the Chargers don't have the biggest fan base. So you're going to see a lot of black and yellow out here at SoFi.
So a great late game, Pittsburgh at the Chargers, and the two big games, Patriots, Buccaneers, and your Rams and 49ers. Can't wait.
I know, I can't wait either.
All right,
I'm going to be in Texas this weekend. Watching football in Texas just feels better. I don't know why. Anyone that when you're in Texas, Saturdays and Sundays, college and NFL, I feel like they just know how to do it better.
Yes, I agree. I hate to say it, but it's anywhere but Southern California. Like in the South on a Saturday, perfect. Maybe Iowa City on a fall afternoon. Yeah,
maybe because when you're out here, you're getting a little avocado toast. When you're out there, you're getting a big burly breakfast with all the fixings.
Eggs and brisket.
Yeah, you're getting a fixing.
Can you put the game on for me? We don't have that.
Everything works around the game, though, in those spots. Like when the
here in
game's
LA,
on,
you have to say, can you put the game on?
Yeah, yes.
What channel is ESPN?
Oh, let me tell you, at my wife is from New Braunfels. I'm going to be at Worst Fest this weekend. It
was the best fest till Rich got there.
It's a beer and sausage festival.
Does that get a boo or no?
It's a great opportunity, to get together with friends and family. So, hey, if you're in that New Braunfels, Austin, San Antonio area, if you see me,
Rich will be in the dunk tank.
Make me shut up. I'll be wearing lederhosen.
He's one of the clowns they hired for the event.
Don't be shy. Say hi. Make me look cool in front of my wife and kids. But yeah, Texas weekend of football. Can't wait. And there's so many games with implications. So I'm going to be locked in, watching with my wife's family, which is awesome.
All right. So enjoy your big TV games of the week, week 10. We got more Covino and Rich next. We're going to be playing Brainwave, the game that's sweeping the nation. And it's a visual sort of game, too. So if you want to watch Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, Covino and Rich FSR, it's a multiple choice, and your chance to win next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Now, today's job search can be tough. Endless online searches and applications, no phone calls, no interviews, nothing but automated email responses, and that's weak. We get it. So what you got to do? Find a different way to get a job. And that is where Express Employment Pros comes in. They're a staffing agency that works alongside companies to hire candidates for any type of job. Express can help you get a job that matches your qualifications. The local Express team advocates for you in the job market. And the best part? They never charge a fee for their support. Learn more at expresspros.com.
Stop waiting. Express will find out what you want for your job, keep you updated on job openings, and help you land your next role. Choose Express Employment Pros for your one connection to dozens of local jobs. With more than 870 locations, there's always an office in your area. And the best part? Get this. Once Express has your information, you'll be the first to hear about new opportunities that match your skills.
Start by finding a location at expresspros.com and contact your local office today.
We're talking Luka now,
Yeah.
and the story is, he's playing big. Like, this is Luka at his best.
He
slim
came
and
in.
trim.
He came in focused.
Let me give you some of these stats here that'll make you say, whoa.
And by the
5
way-
in a row, 40 points per game, making everyone around him look like a superstar. 40 points per game in comparison to Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg combined, 35.2 points per game. So that's perspective, right?
Okay.
And they're playing well. He's sort of leading the team, and that's when he's at his best. And they're saying that when LeBron gets in, now you got too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, I mean, and then, Reeves hasn't played every game, but when he's in there, he's on fire. So, this team has something going on.
Also, Luka has made DeAndre Ayton very good this season.
Who, by the way, was a piece that you and other Laker fans were saying, could he be that big guy they need? And will he fit in? And apparently,
the bigs love getting those passes from Luka. It's Lob City with him.
So, Covino's question is, do we even want LeBron back? And I'm just going to quote Steve Covino, the guy sitting next to me.
No. Hold on. Don't kill the messenger. I'm saying this is the question that can only be posed based on what's happening right now. And you do hear that buzz and you do hear that speculation. It's like, if they're playing this well, it's like now you're messing with the chemistry all over again.
Well,
Let them win. Let them keep on winning.
Dare I quote you from a different circumstance?
Sure.
I'll do my best Covino voice.
Oh, boy.
This is before the World Series. Yo, bro. Dude, bro. Can I show one word dude or bro in there?
I know what this is going to be.
Bro. Yo, if I'm the Blue Jays, bro, I don't even know if you bring Bo Bichette back. He might mess with the chemistry, bro.
But what he did is sort of unheard of, unprecedented. He stepped right in like he didn't miss a beat.
But you debated whether or not the Blue Jays should mess with that.
Because, dude, he hadn't played in so long, right? Not that he isn't good. No one's questioning LeBron being good. But maybe they're just better without him right now. That's all.
I think the other thing worth mentioning is Austin Reeves is also off to the best start of his career. And then throw in Jake LaRavia, who was a great offseason pickup, and now you're talking too many cooks in the kitchen, because these are guys that need the ball in their hands.
The answer may lie in between everything we're saying. There's a little place in between all of our points that I think makes the most sense, which is LeBron's not done, but much like in dating, jobs, situations, you might be awesome. You might just not really be awesome for that scenario, and maybe with the current Lakers team, LeBron just doesn't fit anymore. maybe that's the answer, because by no means is anyone saying LeBron
or
James
is he willing to take a little bit of a step back, which could be good for everybody, and let Luka really lead a little more so that he could still play like Luka and use LeBron as an option. You know what I mean?
I just don't know if he's capable of that, but I think LeBron's certainly not done. LeBron would be such an asset somewhere else. So maybe, I know the only thing that makes sense is maybe you get something for him. I don't know how that would even work at this point, but LeBron James,
would have to approve the destination.
He'd have to make it work. But
and by the way, you were shooting a messenger. You were shooting at me before. Don't think that there's not a lot of speculation of that on social media and online. That's where the buzz starts. There are a lot of people saying that. Like, maybe that's a possibility.
I get it, but LeBron's still a guy that could put up triple-doubles and
doubt.
put up 25 to 30 a game. So he's not done. I just wonder. It's like you could date a good-looking girl, Covino, but she just might not be right for Steve Covino.
True.
You know, it's like, so let's keep that in mind.
I think the difference this season so far from what we saw at the end of last year is the Lakers have the best bench they've had in a long time.
Yeah, that bench was meager, like Bob Seger.
For sure. And and you know, besides Jackson Hayes, no real big guys to mention, but you know, you got to think about how last season ended. Luka and LeBron do play well together, but it's just the other pieces like Austin Reeves and LaRavia, as I mentioned, where you got to figure out how this all fits together.
We're talking about maybe LeBron needs to go. Imagine LeBron gets healthy, steps in on this team, and they are so dominant that they win the NBA title. LeBron retires, and it's like, can you believe people were saying we should get rid of him? Like, that could very well. Like, imagine if LeBron steps in and what's already clicking clicks even more.
It would be like Dave Roberts should be fired.
Got to fire Dave Roberts, and he wins another World Series.
Feel the weight of the world on my shoulders. All right, well, Sam with some Shine Down. What's cool about this song, Fly From the Inside, is that it's positive and uplifting, yet kick-ass, much like me. That's why it resonates.
It's a good
Fly
jam.
from the inside, but be fly on the outside, too. Buy yourself a nice pair of jeans this fall. Covino and Rich, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
All right, let's get to our bud, Dan Byer, for an update. DB, what's going on, my friend?
Yeah, guys, just hold on for the music for a sec, Sam, because there is news coming in. It's a topic you guys have talked about. Was a story throughout the World Series, and now it's becoming a little bit just sad news. Dodgers reliever Alex Vesia revealed that he and his wife Kayla lost their newborn daughter on October 26th.
That is terrible.
So that was during the off day. That was the travel day between Toronto and LA. Vesia obviously was not a part of the World Series plans by any means, but he and his wife Kayla making the post on social media that their daughter passed away.
That's awful.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it's just awful. Truly is.
Man.
Really, really sad. And I guess we're assuming that the teammates knew, but even the Blue Jays knew.
Yeah,
because they had his
bullpen.
number.
That was so nice of them, man. That makes me respect their team even more. That their bullpen had the number 51 on the Blue Jays hats.
And they all, I guess, kept it quiet for the most part, because for them to do that, they must have all had known at the time.
Man.
Yeah, that stinks.
So anyway, we can move on to other news, but it was a story we talked about. You guys talked about it.
Yeah,
and
we speculated too, but now that you hear the reality, it's horrible.
They lost a daughter. Not that the details matter much, but from the timeline, the daughter was born and passed away, or
don't have
miscarriage.
the details.
Either way, it's just an awful story. But because there was speculation ahead of time, because he was kept off the roster before that, right?
Yes, correct.
So Oh, man, just everything about that. I feel for the family, man. That's awful, awful, awful.
Yeah, so there's other news in Major League Baseball today. Outside of that, as we start to look ahead, next season the awards going to be handed out. Japanese third baseman Munetaka Murakami is going to be entering the posting system. Could get a 9-figure deal from an MLB team for 2026. President Trump, by the way, pardoned Darryl Strawberry.
I saw that,
Yes.
I wondered for what. I follow Straw. I know him and Rob Parker are friends. It was for something like years and years ago, right?
1995 was convicted on tax evasion charges. Strawberry turned around his life. It was part of the reason why the president said that he gave Strawberry the pardon, says Strawberry's been sober for a decade. And so Darryl Strawberry pardoned by President Trump today. By the way, Trump will be in attendance at the Commanders-Lions game coming up on Sunday in D.C., a game that Marcus Mariota will start for Washington because Jaden Daniels has that elbow injury. But the Commanders got good news on the injury. NFL Network says that Daniels will not need surgery and will be reevaluated during the team's bye in Week 12. There were no ligament tears, so good news on the injury that we all saw that was so gruesome on Sunday night.
For how as gruesome as that looked,
that's like a miracle of sorts.
It simply was that he just dislocated and looked terrible, but clean.
Yeah, he got lucky with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
The 49ers will start Mac Jones at quarterback this Sunday when they host the Rams. Brock Purdy, questionable, so there's an opportunity that he could suit up, but it's Mac Jones going to start. Shedeur Sanders back to being the backup in Cleveland. He'd been dinged up, but he's been medically cleared to be the backup to Dylan Gabriel for their matchup against the Jets. Colts didn't have DeForest Buckner make the trip to Germany to face the Falcons. Today they placed him on IR. Raiders fired special teams coordinator Tom McMahon. Couple of NBA notes. Lakers guard Austin Reeves will remain out and not play tomorrow against the Hawks. Spurs guard De'Aaron Fox will make his season debut tomorrow against the Pelicans. This is the final line I wanted to read. Former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown appeared before a judge in New Jersey today after being extradited from Dubai. He will now be taken to Florida where he will face second-degree murder charges.
What an ass.
Crazy story.
And his mugshot all over the place.
By the way, the Alex Vesia story, which is just super depressing and sad, and we feel for his family. Think of the emotions that are going to be on display when the Dodgers get their ring next year and he's there. And I can only imagine all the hugging and crying and like just the emotions, right? Think of all those teammates that were there as a friend.
It was so touchy that you really didn't even hear anyone bring it up after they won either. You know?
Yeah. So, hey,
it was
again,
probably just too hard to even discuss at the time because I was wondering if they were going to bring it up or mention it. And I'm sure they did, but I didn't hear or see a lot of it.
Hey,
so
again,
now we're getting the updates.
Thoughts with the family and all his friends. It's awful. But, hey, we move along here. Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio. Time to give away a prize. We do this every week. A new game that Danny G came up with because we all share one brain. This stupid show.
Well, it takes all these brains to form one show, yeah.
We call it Brainwave. Let's go.
Do Covino and Rich really share the same brain?
Doris Day, Red, Johnny Ray, Pacific, South Pacific, Joe DiMaggio.
Is their crew not far behind?
We're one.
Welcome to Brainwave.
Try to make sense of the brain.
It's easy. We drop fun sports, music, and entertainment questions. And if you match with enough of these bozos, you win.
I love that.
On the count of three, reveal.
Brainwave.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, locked in.
You guys are on the same wavelength right now.
Yeah, that was Joe Davis during the World Series. Happy Friday. Shouts out to Camouflage, by the way. He helped me make this match beat for the game. K-A-M-O, Camouflage, F-L-A-W-G-E. Give him some love on social media. All right, the questions in this game are all subjective. You just need to try and match the brain of CNR and the crew. Going to pick our contestant right now, and then I'll explain the game. Jeremy in Dayton, Ohio. He was first through. What up, Jay?
What's up?
What do you do for a living there in Ohio?
Excuse me?
What do you do for work in Ohio?
Ohio sucks this time of year.
Oh, okay.
That's great. What do you do for work?
Maybe it doesn't work.
Oh, nothing at the moment. Look for a job and take care of kids.
There it is.
Okay.
Hey, well, that's a job.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the hardest jobs. All right, here's how it works. I have 5 rounds ready to go. Our contestant needs to win 2 of the rounds to walk away with the CNR Nerf football. I'm going to ask a sports, music, or entertainment question and then give 3 debatable answers to choose from. 6 of us in the studio. We're going to write down our answers on our dry erase boards for the YouTube channel. And Jeremy, they'll give you time to get your answer ready. Then on the count of 3, you shout out your answer. We go around the studio to reveal ours. And guys, the contestant now must match 4 of us to win the round.
Oh, wow.
So he's got to bat 667.
Okay.
And no matter Jeremy's answer, if all 6 of us in studio happen to match, he automatically wins the round.
Okay, cool.
All right,
I love this
you
game.
ready?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Here we go. First category. Let's start with music. Who was the more formidable rock frontman in his prime?
Oh, this is good. Okay.
Ozzy Osbourne, Freddie Mercury, or David Lee Roth?
Oh, man.
All right, think about it, Jeremy. And the 6 of us are going to write our answers down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
All right. I'm locked in.
Everybody got their answers?
Yes.
All right, Jeremy, we're going to need yours on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ozzy Osbourne.
All right, he says Ozzy. We start with the rock god of our show, Steve Covino, right over there.
Dude, you put me in the worst situation. I'm on Ozzy's Boneyard every weekend. He just passed away. I'm a huge fan. There would be no metal without Ozzy. But when it comes to the archetype, prototype of what rock stars are, if you bought a rock star in a bag Halloween costume, it would be David Lee Roth. Oh, come on. Dude, he was the epitome of frontman.
He says so that's 1 strike.
David Lee, I feel terrible. That was my answer.
We move to Rich Davis.
Sharon, I love Ozzy. David Lee Roth is a cool frontman. But none of those guys had a movie about them. Bohemian Rhapsody, best voice, the stadiums they played, Freddie Mercury is the answer.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
2 strikes. We move to Dan Byer.
I went with the IE and Freddie. So, it's tomato.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right, though. Freddie Mercury. There you go.
2 for Freddie Mercury.
Wow.
So, mathematically, he's out of it, but Spotty?
I actually went with Ozzy. I thought long and hard about it, and I think as far as rock guys, hard rock, Ozzy. Yeah.
I went Freddie.
Yeah.
And
I also went Freddie Mercury because Queen was my favorite band, first ever favorite band.
So, hey,
What
you know
about
what?
me? Diamond Dave.
All great
you know what?
candidates.
Hey, I will say that if Jeremy would have chosen Freddie, he would have got 4 out of the 6 of us. So
Diamond Dave is part of our production every day on this show.
Hey, it's me, Diamond Dave.
Right. I don't know. I feel like he's part of the fabric of what we do.
Sorry, Jeremy. 0-1.
All right. So, hopefully, you could rally here. We go to round 2. We're going to go to the sports category. Who had the most important moment in Game 7 of the World Series? Andy Pages with his insane catch to go to extras. Miguel Rojas in his game-tying home run in the 9th. Or Yoshi Yamamoto on no rest closing out the Jays.
What kind of question is that?
Oh, man.
These are great.
All right, so think about it, Jeremy, while we all write our answers.
We're locked in. We're locked.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and Jeremy, we're going to need your answer on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Miguel Rojas.
He says Rojas.
Yeah.
We're going to go in reverse order this time. And Samuel L. Johnson, what you say?
I said Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Well, he was the MVP, man.
He was.
Yeah, you can't deny that.
I'm going to say Miguel Rojas.
Okay,
Okay.
Rojas.
I'm going to say Rojas.
There's
And
one for you.
We move on to Spotty.
I actually went with Pages. I thought that catch
Jesus.
saved the inning. It's
Save the series.
He needs all 3 of us now.
And it was a pinnacle moment. All right, DB.
I'll tell you, Kike Hernandez confirmed what I thought. He said that he was going to catch the ball, and he didn't think that they won because he was plowed over.
Yeah.
Miguel Rojas in the 9th is the answer.
All right, so that's 2.
Well,
Rich?
Jeremy's in luck because I also said Miguel Rojas.
Oh, 3.
And
Needs
I
one
think
more.
Jeremy's a winner this round because I also said Rojas. Unexpected hero, man. He had to come through, and he did. Huge.
I mean, a guy that hadn't touched the ball in like a month hit a home run in the 9th inning of Game 7.
That
so
was huge.
Yeah.
All right,
Rojas.
Jeremy, you need one more round to win a ball, so you are halfway to a prize. Let's go to round 3. Entertainment. Which of these is the most impactful movie franchise? Harry Potter, Star Wars, or Marvel Universe? This is highly debated online. Harry Potter, Star Wars, or the Marvel Universe?
What was the question again? The
most impactful movie franchise.
Oh, okay. Impactful.
All right, Jeremy, go ahead and think about your answer in your head while we write ours down.
Got it. Locked.
Everybody locked?
Yeah, I think
Locked
Jeremy's got this.
All right, Covino.
Star Wars.
Oh, Jeremy. Yeah, okay. Star Wars, he says. Covino.
Star Wars is the answer.
Ah, boom.
The
One.
only answer.
Rich Davis.
I'm not a fan at all. I think the movies don't stand the test of time, but I'm not stupid. Star Wars.
All right, DB.
Star Wars.
Wow. Spotty.
I'm going to be the odd man out. I think box office-wise, number-wise, Marvel has dominated.
Yeah, Marvel has a big lead with the money.
But I know Star Wars was like the OG.
I said Star Wars.
There it is.
Hey, winner.
Winner.
And I also said Star Wars.
Oh, it's almost a perfect score. Sorry.
Almost. Jeremy, that means you walk away with a CNR Nerf Turbo football.
There you go. Great stocking stuffer.
There you go. Thank you, Dayton, Ohio. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
We have time to do one bonus question.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to play for
Bonus.
a koozie?
Bonus.
All right, Jeremy, here we go.
Seems like we're more pumped than Jeremy.
No, not at all.
Okay, here we go.
He's driving.
I know.
Way to multitask there, Jay. All right, we're going to go back to sports here to end it. Which of these teams is the most cursed? The Jets, the Clippers, or the Browns?
Oh, good one.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, Jeremy, think of your answer. We're going to lock ours in right now.
I feel like we should agree on this one.
Cursed.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Most cursed.
Okay, Jeremy, your answer on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
The Cleveland Browns.
Says the Brownies. What say you, Sammy?
I said the Browns.
Browns.
Yeah, I was thinking of going Clippers, but I also went Brownies. Spotty?
I actually went with Jets, Jets. They just need to have strings of bad luck.
Oh, you're not wrong, DB.
I tried to draw the helmet stripe, but Browns. Yes,
there
it is.
DB. And you know what?
That's pretty good, DB.
For the
Nice.
bonus koozie, I think I'm going to give it to you, buddy. Browns. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you win, man.
Covino, what did you say?
I did say Jets, but
okay.
He got the win and the koozie and the football. Jeremy, congrats, man.
And the only reason I didn't go Jets because I feel like the Jets are more embarrassing, but they do have that one Joe Namath biggest upset in Super Bowl history type of moment where the Browns have no glory before the Super Bowl era.
Yeah, and you have the drive, the fumble, those things as well with Cleveland.
The streak of quarterbacks that just never worked out. Like the Browns and the Clippers, no offense, I just feel like NBA doesn't count as much.
Sure.
I mean,
well played, Jeremy.
Hey, way to go, buddy.
All right, so we do that every Friday, and you can watch the game again at Covino and Rich FSR. And if you want your chance to win some koozies and footballs, we play games throughout the week. But if you leave a nice review and Danny G emails you, you could also win. So leave a nice review wherever you get your podcast. We appreciate that.
Weekend hobnobbing, what to watch in the world of sports and entertainment. We wrap the show with that. It's a lot of fun. We do it next right here, Covino and Rich.
Nate Diaz, Jake Paul.
Please tell me who cares.
I care. I'll watch any fight. I watch animals fight on Animal Planet. I watch bugs fight. I watched my dog fight a praying mantis. That's a true story. My dog came into the house with a praying mantis, and I saw the praying mantis doing drunken master ninja moves. They were fighting. I enjoyed it. I love any fight. Now, I love legitimate fights more. Like, I want to see a real fight. Like, Virgil Ortiz is fighting this weekend. And you're like, who? I don't care. Because you're the bozo that loves the circus and loves the spectacle. The casual fans love it. And if it brings casual fans to fighting and boxing, I'm all for it. Nate Diaz, 40 years old. Jake Paul, 28 years old. Now, the backstory is this. Jake Paul is supposed to fight Gervonta Davis, like Rich said. Gervonta Davis got in some trouble. He assaulted a stripper. That's the other story. There's many stories surrounding this guy. Got him in some trouble. Now he's off that fight, and as you know, Jake Paul spoke publicly about his disdain for this guy and how he promotes women and he supports women. He'd never want to give more money to this guy, so that fight's off. Who's going to replace him? Francis Ngannou was a name. Ryan Garcia was a name. Rolly Romero threw his gloves in the ring. Edgar Berlanga was saying he wanted that payday.
But of all the people you just named, I would have been probably pumped for any of those. Wow, Ngannou, so big, would have whooped Jake Paul's ass. And then you said, Ryan Garcia, that's a smaller guy, but that would have been fun. Everything you mentioned is better than Nate Diaz, who no one cares about.
What do you mean?
Anymore.
You mean UFC legend, badass, younger brother of Nick Diaz legend, Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz.
Oh.
It's a rematch, by the way. Hello. Yeah. Did anyone not see the battle?
Jake Paul already beat him.
Can I just say, I'm not here to say I'm so pumped about this, but I'm saying it's better than nothing because you and I were going away next week, boys trip, right? We're going to Arizona, watch the Cardinals play. We planned on watching a fight.
Kavino's a big Jacoby Brissett fan.
There's thousands of people who are excited to go to see this fight. Maybe friends getting together. At least we're going to get something. Again, allegedly, supposedly, not officially, but likely. Nate Diaz, Jake Paul, too. It's a rematch and a worthy rematch, and here's why. Nate Diaz really fought hard in this fight.
Dude.
It was a closer fight than anyone had expected. It was a bit of a battle, and dude, it's better than nothing. So I'll take it.
Can I tell you something? First of all, your memory must be trash because there was nothing awesome about that fight. I remember Nate Diaz looked sluggish and
Nate Diaz lacked power,
chubby,
but he kept fighting and it made it exciting.
They should use your tagline because that's how I feel about it. Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul, quote, better than nothing. Wow, you're really selling it. Hey guys, Dan Beyer, you want nothing for lunch or a sandwich for lunch? Sandwich. Better than nothing, right?
BTN.
Better than nothing. Hey, man, wasn't that our tagline?
Today's National Donut Day. I think someone brought us donuts, right? There was one like plain donut left. Hey, better than nothing.
And you know what? You could say that sounds lame, but it's also true, and it's also correct.
Well, then use that
A
tagline.
little piece of that donut was BTN, as Dan Beyer put it, better than nothing.
Well,
and I'll take this because I think nobody deserves it more than a Nate Diaz. The guy devoted his life to fighting and mixed martial arts. He's a tough dude. He's a badass. These other guys really just wanted the payday. Nate Diaz really just wants to get in there and brawl. He wants to fight.
Nate Diaz, to me, he's like the Kevin Federline of MMA. Like someone from that was relevant at one point.
Today's Friday. Today's Friday.
Yeah. All right, we are doing it live. CNR, Covino and Rich, the Fox Sports Radio studio. Now, getting a new job, so much easier with Express Employment Pros. With Express, you got a local connection to the job market. Get started at expresspros.com. Find the location near you. That's www.expresspros.com. And now it's time for our Express Pros Pro of the Week.
That's my belly.
And
Thank you,
the winner is, we talked about him all week. He doesn't need LeBron. Luka.
Luka
is your Express Pros Pro of the
And
Week.
dropping 40-11.
Dude, just playing so big that we actually did have that conversation. Like, hey, shouldn't they just start building around him? LeBron, of course we know he's great and they're going to be better with him, but it seems like they're winning without him. So, hey, and it's all because of Luka. Props to him on a big week. He's our Express Pros Pro of the Week.
Oh, is that also the name of that doofus from Love is Blind's son?
Yes.
Luka.
Or Lucas? I don't know. I don't remember. What a weird tie-in.
There was like, I'm upset.
Good one, Rich.
No, I'm upset that I'm upset that I introduced you to Luka. We're doing Weekend Hobnobbing, idiot. These are the shows to watch.
Let's go.
Good for the weekend.
Your winning bets for talking points if you get stuck socializing.
You ever done anything dangerous?
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
That is dangerous.
Friday brings us Weekend Hobnobbing.
You know what you just missed? You missed Spot's snappy new Weekend Hobnobbing intro
I've been
on our
using
YouTube
that for 3
page.
weeks, but thanks for paying attention.
Yeah.
Like I said, Spot's been doing it for 3 weeks.
I mean, you've missed it every time.
I mean, that was brand new. No, Spot?
No, because I watch back and check it out. You
But
watch
yourself?
Yes, Covino and Rich FSR, because it's been a work in progress. If you cared about what we did, you
go
would
to
check
YouTube
it.
to see
As
this.
a matter of fact, my number one Weekend Hobnobbing, watch our shows on YouTube.
Covino
You know
and
what?
Rich FSR.
Maybe I will. I just didn't know how full of himself he was.
So,
He
or
listens and then he watches.
I don't know. It's a team effort, and we're supposed to care about these things. If we want people to watch it, shouldn't we care? Covino and Rich FSR, Weekend Hobnobbing. I love a good fight, and Virgil Ortiz is fighting this weekend. People are sleeping on this dude. He's a tough fighter. It's going to be a battle. Erickson Lubin, 154 title bout. Virgil Ortiz, check it out. Speaking of boxing, get this. Sydney Sweeney. Christy comes out. Christy, her portrayal of Christy Martin is getting rave reviews. Great montages. They're saying she really took it serious. She gained 30 pounds for the role. And they say she could actually fight.
What was your excuse 2 years ago?
I just ate a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Depressed? I have no idea. I just gained weight.
She gained muscle.
Yeah, she gained muscle. Christy comes out this weekend. Check that out. Sydney Sweeney, big in the news. They're saying the movie's just okay, but she's fantastic, like Oscar-worthy in this movie. The A-Rod documentary on HBO Max. Can't wait to watch this bad boy. I hear it's his most vulnerable. Yeah,
very honest and vulnerable. And I
he's
like
all
A-Rod.
over promoting it. So I'm super pumped to see how vulnerable, how honest he is. But I'm hearing great things already. And then I'll shamelessly promote ourselves again. Overpromise is our bonus podcast. So not only can you see us live right now at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, but our bonus show premieres there. Episode 115, we talked about the best sports rumors, a la Matt Khalil. And his big news this week. So, Overpromise episode 115, and we talk bad tattoos and more.
Check up to 116, by the way.
Oh, 116? Okay, episode 116.
Don't you watch?
Sorry.
Couple things to check out. Spot, I know you watched. I know Covino, it's not his style. Danny, did you and Brenda watch Nobody Wants This?
No.
On Netflix? So heartfelt and just it's like feel-good comedy. Kristen Bell, Adam Brody. It's the dude where he's the rabbi and she's not Jewish, but they just wrapped season 2. I wrapped season 2 last night. I thought it was fantastic. They just got renewed for a season 3. So if you need something light and fun to watch with the wifey or girlfriend, Nobody Wants This is really just an easy watch. And you know what I saw just pop up on Netflix last night? I heard no promotion of it. Season 2, Squid Game The Challenge, where like it's the
I saw
it's
the
like
trailer.
the game show where someone actually wins $4.56 million. So
And the losers get shot in the leg.
that
with real bullets.
That was a pretty fun show.
That would be next level. But remember, they get like shot with like the red paint and stuff. Like that has a whole new season that's out now. I don't know if the finale's out, but 9 episodes are up on Netflix now.
All right, college football quickly. Number 2, Indiana at Penn State. Number 7, BYU at number 8, Texas Tech. Number 3, Texas A&M at number 22, Missouri. LSU at number 4, Alabama. Nebraska at UCLA. And Auburn at number 16, Vanderbilt. Did I miss anything, Sam?
Number 20, Iowa, hosting number 9, Oregon.
There you go.
Hey, that's what you need to watch this weekend.
A great weekend. Until Monday. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the Promised Land. See you Monday.
Today's Friday.